Hello and welcome to Cheap Weekly Thrills. I'm your host Matt, and this is the 84th week of Cheap Weekly Thrills. For those who don't know, Cheap Weekly Thrills is where I find small indie games that have been released on Steam in the past week for $5 or less and review them. This week is Lawn Tale by developer and publisher Kamil Rams. Lawn Tale is based off of the classic Snake game, but focused more on route planning. Find the best way to collect all the coins scattered on the board, bounce from your own tail, use portals, and don't forget to avoid the spikes. With all that being said, hello, I'm back for a more informal, personable review of Cheap Weekly Thrills, going back to our roots of when I would sit down and literally browse Steam and going through games. But this way, just wanted to make it a little bit more personable, a little bit more informal, and kind of get my immediate reactions based on things happening on screen. I do enjoy doing the more professional Cheap Weekly Thrills, where everything is cut down to 5 minutes and whatnot, but I'm not IGN, so that's... I'm not a huge writer. I struggle with writing, takes way too much time. But, you know, this is Lawn Tale, and as you can tell... you start as this little white cube, and you can, with this little guide here, kind of show where you're about to go. And of course, the goal is to collect these little quote-unquote coins. So you just click with the left mouse button, go up over here, we'll go over here, down here, down here, down here. And your original thought must be, well, that was really easy. The game can't get that much harder, right? It got very much so harder. Sorry. That was kind of the tutorial level, and that was the easiest it'll ever get. So at this point, I did actually go through to make sure the game was functional, is well polished and whatnot, but this is a very time-consuming game in, you know, a good way in a lot of ways. It's instead of doing this knee-jerk reaction of, oh, I'll do that, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that, you know, you can do that, but as you can tell, if you do that, you'll get caught up in yourself, and sometimes you need to slow down in life, and I do struggle with that a lot. So the one key thing that the publisher and developer was making mention of is trying to see if you can collect at least one coin with every move. So keeping that as our baseline goal, we'll try to go from here. So first move, we've got 2, then we've got 1, and then this is where it gets interesting, because I can either grab this one, create like a wall over here with this line, and then go up, wasted move, come back and grab another one, and then be able to go off of it. Or I can try getting 2, but then putting myself in a very bad position where I basically either have to, I'll just either block myself off completely, or I'll have to do like this really interesting maneuver where I'm able to like make a narrowed channel to come back through and come back out. I don't think that's going to work. I think I'm going to go with this method. So I'll try to get as shallow as an angle as possible. Just barely grab that. Let's go here. Waste a move. But get 2. That's good. Now this one's interesting. So I want to see if I can get this in this move if I can, but if I do that... I personally would feel like I'd have better luck if I had a setup shot here to go along somewhere down here and then come back up. But let's try going this method again. Trying to get as close as here so I can get the steepest angle possible. Can I... Ooh. So then this is the interesting part, because now I have to do like a double back, where I have to go back here to hit this coin, and then I wanted to fall the way outside. But I don't know if that's going to work out that well. I'm going to use a lot of moves. Or I could do this method. Honestly, about the same amount of moves wasted. I can get 2 here and get the last one there. Could be better. I mean, unless if I saw a tutorial on how the best players of this game are able to maximize the amount of coins per move and minimize the amount of moves. I don't know. But this one here, you're thinking, okay, there are coins everywhere, so this should be very, very easy. And it turns out the other thing happens, where there are so many options, you could just start going all over the place, and then you'll immediately find yourself, you know, trapped in your own loop. So I wonder if we can do like a clockwise fashion. So going over here, coming around, grabbing those, come back up there. Hopefully I'm not cutting myself off in any point. Ooh, can I get it? Alright, so I'll waste a move here. But then I'll grab 2. That one here, here. And then we'll try to grab 2 here. I could come up and go down that road and start just going back and forth, but there are too many obstacles in the way, if that makes sense. So I'll just split off here, go down here. So I think I had the same problem when I played this, you know, before, to make sure that the game was functional and whatnot. Is I'd like to get these 2 if I can, but if I do, I'm going to have such a shallow exit coming out here, if you saw that. So I'd have to land here and get like an angle to go up to that corner, which still is not going to set me up well for there. So I wonder if I'll play it safe. Let's try this. Yeah, that did not work the way that I wanted it to. So waste a move, come up here, do like a back and forth. And there we go. Again, still could be better. Now, this one. Where do we even start? So as you can tell with this game, it's the difficulty immediately ramps up, where it's like, okay, we're going to handhold you just for a single level so you understand how the mechanics work. And then we're just going to throw you straight into the deep end of the pool and go have fun. So if you're able to find a good way that works for you, go for it. I'm not there. I am. There's no method that works good for me right now, because even if I am consistently doing this clockwise method, I mean, then I'm going to be missing out the ones in the middle now. So wasting a ton of moves by doing it this method, but could be better. So all in all, that is the majority of the game. I mean, I haven't gotten to the point yet of being able to show you what, you know, the spikes that they're referring to in the description, but kind of reading off the same page here, there are 42 levels, which I think is amazing. Let's go to main menu. And it's really cool because when you do perfectly pass a level, you do get like this extra little green notification saying, or green frame saying, hey, you're done with it. You got, I don't know what kind of metrics that they're going off of, if they're making sure that you do get 1 coin each move, or if there is just a lowest amount of moves possible that they just don't show, because, I mean, there's nothing here to tell you, okay, what is the high score that I'm supposed to be looking for? Which I do find is a little bit disappointing, but 42 levels of that difficulty. That may scare you away. Honestly, it scares me away too, but there is just so much content here with all of this. There's so much that you can play through. And when it comes to cheap weekly thrills, the more levels, the better, because we've had some very short games with like 10 levels and they charge like $4. And it's like, it doesn't make sense to me. So when somebody's charging such a cheap price here, we'll get into that in a moment, for 42 levels of this difficulty, if you really enjoy strategic puzzle games, which is the majority of the things we review here, sorry, this is a really good game. And all in all, it is very well programmed. The graphics are beautiful, minimalistic, they're abstract. A couple of things that I feel like could be worked on. You guys won't be able to see this because I'll most likely have edited it out. It is in a windowed mode. So it's like windowed full screen. So you're still going to get like the X and the minimize and the full screen button at the top. And there are settings. I do enjoy that there's English setting. Having a music slider and a sound slider. I've been pointing that out a lot recently, so having these sliders is fantastic. But having some additional graphical settings of, I don't think a low, medium, or ultra graphic settings is necessary for this game. Just a resolution window or full screen mode would be highly recommended. But apart from that, the game has achievements, so whenever you perfectly pass a level, you'll get that notification, which is cool. So if you're very competitive and wanting to make sure that you have every achievement in the game, this game is definitely for you. It's really fun in that kind of manner. And you can spend a lot of time here trying to perfect each move. Like, this game is perfect for just being able to get those off, where it's boom, boom, boom. Not quite two there. Not quite two there either. I personally like it a lot. And the music is great too. I can't talk enough about the music as well. Very well, highly done. I don't know if Kamil was the one who did the music as well, or if that was outsourced. Don't know, but it's great nonetheless. And honestly, I really do highly recommend Lawn Tail. It's a fantastic, really fun little game. So one of the other really cool things about Lawn Tail here is the price, which I've been alluding to. It is $2.69, and it is a 10% off sale up until Thursday, October 21st, 2021. So for 42 levels, only being $2.70, I think this is a great value. Great sound design, great music, amazing graphics, and it's supporting a small creator, which is why we, review cheap weekly thrills, or why we review these little games in this little series of cheap weekly thrills. So please absolutely check out Lawn Tail. It is definitely worth the price. Thank you for watching this review of Lawn Tail. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure to leave a comment down in the comment section down below. Make sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it as well, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And of course, do not forget to check out our brand new Discord server as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you later in the 85th week of Cheap Weekly Thrills. Bye-bye.